Hello, good morning. Welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. And this is Auntie Ya'a for the Tobra, your very own Queen of Own It and ornithologist. I trust you're having a great Saturday. And my co-host, the sassy Ya'a Boating Russell, is not able to be with us today, so I am flying solo. Yes. So, hey, let me go share into groups and then we'll come back and continue. Okay? How about that? How was your week? You know, I've told you that I'm not able to multitask, like be sharing and talking so much. So just stay with me when you see me being quiet. I'm just concentrating. Okay? I hope that the weather is nice where you are. In Edmonton here, we can't quite make up our mind what season it is. It's supposed to be spring, but every time we turn around, we see snow. But it's nice today. It's going to be nice today. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, pardon me. Just recovered from a long bout of a cold. So, hey. Okay, I'll stop talking. I'm sharing now, right? I'm being very quiet. All right, I think I got it. So let's get started. What are we talking about today? Today we are talking about, let me put up my banner, my ticker, and then let's do this. Let's see. So own it. Do it now. What factors are holding you back in your life journey? Yes, I'm going to read a little something. Let me find it first. Oh, so as well, I'll draw your attention to a little segment that I have going on this page. It's called Auntie Yaa'S Nugget, and I share every second day. So there'll be one coming out tomorrow, I believe. Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets, I pick a topic and I talk about it. The first one was yesterday, and I spoke about breaking limitations off you. Yes, getting rid of limitations. So if you haven't listened to it yet, go to this wall here. Just scroll and you'll find it. Okay. So let me read this. Do what you need to do today. The time is now. Do not let fear or negative voices stop you. You have what it takes. Get going. Do not let fear and procrastination hold you back. So that is the topic we have here. Do it now. If there's anything that you need to be doing, you got to do it now because time does not wait for anybody. Yes, I woke up around 7:45. It's now 9:36 over here. 7:45 is never coming back. It's gone. So you need to think about how you spend your time. So what factors are holding you back in your life journey? And the factors we're going to talk about are fear, stroke negative voices, procrastination, distractions, and lack of direction. So we'll start with this fear, negative voices. Let me look at my points that I have down. So basically, before we get to that, can you identify what is holding you back in your life? Profound question, huh? Sometimes we don't want to think about some of these things, but they are there. It's your life and it's passing by right before your eyes. Are you feeling accomplished? What are you here to do? Is there something you have to do that you are not doing? Identify what is holding you back from doing that thing. And I go on to ask, are you able to pinpoint it with clarity? Clarity. Do you know? Sometimes you talk to people and you go, hey, what's stopping you from doing this? And they go, I'm not sure. Or they'll go, bam. They just know right away. It'll pop out of their mouth and they'll tell you. Question is, are we even willing to do this work of figuring out what is stopping us from going to our goals? So we're looking at a few, like I said, we'll start with fear, negative voices. We are so fearful of taking action or making decisions because of fear of failure. That is a big one. Oh, I can't do it. I'm shy. Oh, I'm not good enough. We've never done that in our houses, in our homes. We don't do things that way. Oh, we are simple people. We just stay in the background. Yeah, you can be a simple person, but what stops you from shining? Put yourself out there. Listen, you need to learn to put yourself out there. Let me draw myself close. I seem far away. You need to draw yourself closer and be able to get going in your life. Don't let that stop you. Okay? Part of the fear too is that we lack confidence. We don't believe in ourselves. We have no faith in ourselves because of what we have been told. Negative comments from parents who have their own issues, friends, enemies, even siblings. Hey, the most recent one that I ever heard is that me, I'll say it in my language. I don't know how to translate it into Twi. Me ho atɔ me, ne ho atɔ no na ɔtwerɛtwerɛ books. That is hurtful. That is very bitter to hear that, to a person to say that. Number one, you are discounting my gifts. That is uncalled for. That is a no. You don't do that. You don't do that. Anybody can write a book. It's just we put ourselves so low down that we think that we can't do certain things. Certain things are reserved for some other people and not us. So the negativity, you are not good enough. You won't amount to much. So you don't have the confidence in yourself to push on anything in life, and you're just sitting around being miserable. How is that helping you? That's the question that I always ask. How is that helping you? If you're just coming on, this is what we're talking about from the book, my book, ebook, Own It. The topic is do it now. So I'm asking what factors are holding you back in your life journey. And we're going to be looking at fear, negative voices, procrastinations, distractions, and lack of direction, and then how to overcome these holdbacks. So the negativity is a bit much because when you are doing things, people want to come and ridicule you. Hello, Bishop. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Thank you for coming. The negativity, we don't speak good things. When you're doing something, people want to mock you because they can't do it and you don't know it. If you yourself don't have any confidence and people come at you that way because you don't believe in yourself, you accept it, you internalize it, and then it stops you. But if you're like some of us who don't care anymore, I spoke about time. Time is ticking by. Remember, earlier on I said I woke up at about 7:45. At the time that I was saying that it was 9:36 over here. 7:45 is not coming back. By the same token, these seconds, minutes, hours, days, months that we're allowing to tick by, they ain't coming back. You get to a point, you're at a certain age, and you tell yourself, it's now, do it now. Yes, I don't have time to listen to what people have to say. Yes, you have the luxury of time. You keep wasting it, but I'm not going to do that. So in anything that you do, you'll be hearing these negative voices. I mentioned that I have my family members in Huaton and Otro books. I'll talk about it. Sometimes the people that you most expect to be in your corner won't be in your corner. I've heard this from so many people because sometimes they don't understand what you are doing. So when you start, they try to stop you. You see, as a community, as a society, we are full of fear. Our biggest, if you ask me that, what are my people known by? I'll say timidity. We are timorous, timidity, because we were not, when we see people who have confidence and believe in themselves, we look at them as they are being prideful. There's something called a healthy self-awareness, healthy self-confidence. And if you're not going to believe in yourself, who is going to do it for you? So you better own it, own yourself, and be proud of your accomplishments without apology. You don't need to apologize to anybody. They can say what they want to say. You know what? Sometimes people are making these comments to you, but they are sitting quietly. And what is stopping them from coming even? They wish they could come and ask you, hey, you are doing this. I need help in this area. I feel stuck. I just feel fearful. I want to start something. But how did you break out of that? Even just to have a conversation. To have a conversation. Hey, I do coaching, so you can come and talk to me. Yes. You have to ask yourself, like, learn to reach out to people, learn to ask for help. That is one block, part of this negative. Even when you go and ask, you are afraid that you'll be mocked for asking. You think it's a simple, basic question, but a lot of people are asking that simple, basic question. So, usually when you are talking to, in any setting, whether in a classroom or whatever forum, and you say, oh, I want to ask a question, and it's a silly question, you will hear an instructor, seasoned and experienced instructor who wants to put people at ease will say, ask anything. No question is stupid, because we tend to say that, oh, I'm going to ask something, it may sound stupid. It is not. Ask. We don't know how to ask. I've told you before of being in forums, even church workers meeting, and in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, this question here that is turning around in my head, I bet you there's somebody sitting around here who wants to ask, but because of the culture and respect and this and that, and when we ask a question, Krana, we feel say we are disobeying authority or it's an insult to the person authority. So we sit there. And me, I'll just pipe up and ask the question. I don't need it. I kind of figured it the answer, but I'll ask it so that somebody's heart will be at rest. Look, in your life journey, if you want to get ahead in your life journey, this is one of the biggest barriers, the biggest factors that you have to get rid of. If you learn to get rid of fear and the negative voices, and you tell yourself that come what may, I'm going to do and be what I want to be, you will go far. Learn to ask for help. When you are in this journey of life, you can't afford to have pride. You can't afford to have pride. No, I'm not saying that lay down and let people walk all over you, but I'm saying that your tongue, don't muzzle your tongue. Open up and ask the questions that you need answered so that you can move forward. You see, you might be stuck on the one point, but just going to ask that one person or that other person will shift you to step 3 of the journey instead of you remaining stuck at step 2. If you have moved from step 1, that is. So basically, our voices, as I said in a clip yesterday, your voice is your power. If you don't need to, if you don't know how to ask for help and you are immobilized by fear and the negative things, people can tell you all kinds of things. Look, if I were to start to tell you the things that I have heard said about me, I think that we'll be here till 6 p.m. tonight. And these are people that you haven't done anything to. You don't even know them sometimes. They see you. Look, sometimes you can look at somebody and they just set you off. You don't like them no matter what. Yeah. Or it's a thing of you intimidate people. People don't want to take the time to come to get to know who you are, and they assume things about you, and their insecurities, their lack of confidence, they project it on you. You see actions like somebody seeing you and then they squeeze their face, and you have taken it on and you think that you have done something wrong. Buddy, let me tell you, it is their problem. Learn to tell yourself that this is not about me, it's about that other person. especially in circumstances where you know that you haven't done anything wrong. It's different if there's a previous interaction where something happened and you might think, oh, maybe that person, I've offended them, I've done something. If you're mature enough, you might even go and say, hey, is everything okay? I see things have changed, and then they might tell you. But don't go around owning everything people are doing. Look, a lot of us are insecure because we haven't done our work. It's normal. We don't even know what it is. Look, when you and I were going to school, was there anything like life skills or personal growth and development teaching you? There are people, individuals in families and all that, they were taught that, so they are confident, they believe in themselves, they know that no matter what, their parent will always be there, back them up, this and that. Others too, nah, you just found your way. Some of us, we just found our way. When I moved to Canada and I realized certain things and I began to make changes for myself to help me in my life here, because I couldn't continue to be quiet and shy and be abused by people. People take advantage when you don't speak up, own your voice. So these negative things, I'll speak especially to if you're a parent. The family situation is just terrible. If you're a parent, you have to learn to speak good things over your children. Look, we all make mistakes. Sometimes you get upset and you are saying something, but me, I always go back, talk about it, apologize. They also apologize. One thing about us, our people, we are so into that command control structure. Opinion, the adult is always right. That is very difficult for grown-ups to apologize to younger ones, and yet we demand respect from them. But sometimes too, the thing about it is that sometimes to the younger ones too, they don't respect. I'm the I know what I'm talking about. It's just you have to take each case, you have to take it case by case and work through it. Yes. So we're talking about do it now. What factors are holding you back in your life journey? A lot of us are stuck because we're not moving along. There's something that is not going well for us and we are not doing anything about it. We're stuck. So, with that, I'm moving to the next point, procrastination. Procrastination. So, our fear, the fear that we just talked about, it immobilizes us so that we put off doing things. I'll tell you what, time is ticking. Time is ticking. Time lost never comes back. Don't waste your life. A lot of people, young people, sowing their wild oats, whatever. Yeah, we all go through phases. We want to be, you know, um, we want to be Oga. Like, yeah, we know everything. We are in control. We're in control, and we have to do what we have to do. Yes. So I'll read further. I say here, time is ticking. Make that move. Step out in faith. You can do it. Believe you can do it. Do not falter. Pick yourself up when you fail. Do not stop. Keep moving. You have it in you. For you to accomplish anything, you need to believe that you can do it. A lot of times, our fear and our lack of confidence stops us from taking on a challenge. How about you just do it and fail anyway? Nobody succeeded the first time. Success is a series of failures. Yes, that's somebody's quote. I don't know who, but success, it is a series of failures. And if you are a mature human being, you know that you have to fail before you can succeed. But in our environments, we are so rigid. It's either white or black. There's no in betweens. So when you fail, then you get labeled. You get labeled into, that makes you give up. So next time you're just digging in, you're not moving forward. You're procrastinating. I want to do it, but I want to do it, but yeah, I did way I make ye. And that's what we keep telling ourselves. That's what we keep telling ourselves. Nobody moves forward and we're stuck. Just give me a second here. So procrastination, just the fear alone, yes, it immobilizes us and we won't do anything. We don't do anything. We just keep sitting at that same point. Meanwhile, as you sit there, time is a ticking. Life is just passing you by. Life is passing you by. So the question that I have for you is this: what are you doing? How are you spending your time on a daily basis? Do you plan your day, or the night before is when you should plan? At least write down something. I'm doing these 2 things tomorrow. I'm doing these 3 things tomorrow. Don't overload yourself. No, just put out what you can handle. Yes. So plan your day. Uh-huh. Otherwise, it's like you'll be at a standstill with no desire or will to move forward. Sometimes too, there's things that we find very hard to, how do I put it? We find very difficult to get a move on, and we keep sitting there. Write that first step, that one thing that you can do. You've been putting it off because you are so fearful, but you can challenge yourself by saying, okay, it will take me these 3 steps, 4 steps, or 5 steps to accomplish this one goal. So you've written it out. Let me do the first thing. Maybe the first thing is calling an office to ask for a question. Say you want to take a course. There's a course you want to take. You took it a few years ago and you failed, but you want to try again. And you go, oh, I keep putting it off. I need to go back. I need to go back. You call that office and ask that question. Do you know how good you feel when you see that, oh, there's 4 items on this list? I've done one. So you look at number 2. Another day you go, oh, I'll do the second one. You see, life is lived in little chunks. Don't feel that everything has to come all at once. So these 5 goals, you are looking at it and it's putting fear in you that you have to do all 5. No, you go step by step, step by step. Look, the beauty of a life lived well is enjoying doing the little things. It's not in the big, big things. It's the little things that add up to the big things, right? But while you're doing it, have fun. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. There's certain things, even that as they're happening, you learn to tell yourself, put it to the side. Put it to the side. I mean, like my kids have this saying, haters gonna hate. I'm just giving an example here. Haters gonna hate. So you know that you're very dynamic. You want to do this, you want to do that, but you go, oh, people think I'm too much, so let me slow down. Are they breathing for you? Just tell yourself, haters going to hate, and get on with your life. Because those ones who are spending their time hating on you, do they have a plan? If they did, they'll be busy working their plan and not looking at you and coming to make you feel bad. A lot of times, it's these people who are not doing anything pushing in life who want to put others down because they want you all to be like chickens in the barnyard. How dare you try to be an eagle trying to fly out of the fly out of the barnyard? We are all here clacking at each other, pecking at each other. Unkwa, you think you are better than us? Who are you? Don't let them know. Those kinds of things leads to procrastination. You have fear. We talked about fear. Well, fear was the first one. Negative voices. So those negative voices makes you procrastinate and you don't get on. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your life. You need to develop a thick skin and tell yourself you don't care what people say or do. You're going to live your life. That's how, we're programmed to be humble, humble in quotes, because I call it false humility. It's not any humility, biara. It's okrama hobrase. That, oh, as for me, I don't do this. As for me. So the way they'll put the statement out to you, they'll make you feel like, oh, now they're all crowd predator. But meanwhile, they wish they were doing what you were doing. That's why I say that in the environment in which we live, our brony brothers and sisters, no, we always want to spend time insulting them, saying this and that, but then they are more direct. If it ain't working, they'll tell you it ain't working. If it's good, they'll tell you too. But are we good at that? Are we good at encouraging people, pushing people? Somebody's, that this person has this gift in them, they can do this, and they are not doing it. And are you going to be the one to say, hey, I'm going to check on you? How is it going? You told me you wanted to do this. Have you started it? Okay, own it. Is about taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. So one of the things you can do for yourself to stop you from procrastinating, maybe get an accountability partner. So because we procrastinate too, right? We miss out on opportunities. Yes, we miss out on opportunities because Opportunities come and we're afraid, oh, I can't do that. I don't think I can apply for that job because I'm not ready. The job is not waiting for you. Before you know it, it will be filled. The position will be filled and it will be gone. Meanwhile, maybe you look through the statement of qualifications or what they call it, and you know that you take a lot of the elements on there, but because of your fear, I'm not ready. I don't know. I can't do it. And then you put yourself out of the ranking. Somebody else comes along and they get the job. Because of your fear, you procrastinate and then you don't get anything done. We miss out on achieving our goals, and procrastination also reduces productivity. You are not productive. You know there's something that you're supposed to be doing. You are sitting around wasting time. Look, sometimes we think that the easiest thing to do is we want to do the easy things, but we get stuck there. But sometimes you need to be stubborn and tell yourself, I'm going to do that over there. People think that only some people can do it. Me too, I can do it. We need to start believing in ourselves. Yes. Yesterday I was on a Jordan's program and I was saying that we should stop singing these songs of inferiority. Inferiority complex, no, it's too much. We need to cut it off. You are also capable. You have it in you. Rise up. Yes. Rise up and be who you are meant to be without apology. Yes. I have another book it's on the back burner now because we're doing Own It, but I call it Be Unapologetically You. Don't apologize. For me, if I'm going through life trying to meet and accomplish my goals, and I've not stepped on your toes, abused you, used you, I don't owe you any apology. Allow me. In our community, we don't allow people to be. We always want to direct people. Sometimes you go on Facebook platforms, somebody is stating their opinions, and people are sitting there, oh, calm down, oh, take it easy, oh, forgive them. Leave the person alone to express themselves. It's in the heat of the moment. They need to say how they feel. We've stuffed our feelings in so much because we've not been allowed to be ourselves. And so that pressure, that trauma is building up inside us. And a lot of us are exploding on each other. And you see it all around social media. Deal with yourself. When somebody is talking, leave them alone to speak. You don't owe me. You don't breathe for me. I don't breathe for you. So I can't come and tell you how to live your life. By golly, let's get that right because it's just a little too much. Yes. So we've talked about procrastination. I think what I'll do is I'll take a short break and then we will do some commercials and we'll come back and continue.
These are some of the things or topics that I talk about on my channel, so please head out there and check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, what's my Watson Russell? You can search for it, or you can go on my social media pages at Yeah Russell Hints, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Share all my previous videos as well to support me.
So that is my beautiful and sassy, intelligent co-host, Ya Boating Russell. Please support her channel. Ya has been with me since 2020 when my first book came out. She's been helping support me do these Facebook lives. So yes, I want you to go and support her. There's a lot of knowledge that she has. I myself need to go over there too and do that. Thank you. So next. There it is. Own it. Hey, listen up. You have one life to live. The time to live it is now. It's a beautiful life, or if you want it to be beautiful, you own it. Every aspect of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, Own It is a resource for taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. Like I say, nobody's going to come and live life for you. You have to walk through the difficult parts of it, the fun parts, you enjoy it, make an impact. A lot of us feel so entitled, so enabled. Look, it seems like in our community, what we have learned is to be in a perpetual state of learned helplessness. What do I mean by learned helplessness? Well, to begin with, we are programmed to be so timid. Everything, oh, it's okay. Fama nyame, give it to God. God will take control of it. Oh, I know it's not working, but God says you read His word and it tells you that you have to work hard. Yes, there's a prayer or a verse that says, establish the work of our hands. I think it's in Psalm 90 somewhere. What does that mean? Like, there's all kinds of scriptures on working hard, but we choose to go and sit in church praying all week, 7 days a week, instead of going to a job to work hard. We think manna is still falling from heaven, but you do need to help yourself. When you work hard, God blesses the work of your hands. Do not be afraid of working hard. Don't be afraid of hard work. You see, we always sit with our palms out expecting, oh, my sister is abroad. They have to help me. Oh, this person is over there. It's been said about me that since I came to Canada, I haven't helped anybody. I'm like, who? What? What is that? Really? you know, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. Like, you need to own your stuff. For me, nobody pampered me. When I want to do something, I just get up and I go do it because nobody is going to come and hold my hand. I'm responsible for me and I accept that challenge to be responsible. I take responsibility and accountability for my life journey. When things are not working out, I sit down quietly, I look through things, I analyze, and I tell myself, okay, this is what I need to get on, get ahead, or push. Don't limit yourself in life. Yes. So that's the first commercial break. And today we've been talking about own it, do it now. What factors are holding you back in your life journey? So we've talked about fear, negative voices. I've talked about procrastination, and I'm going to go on to distractions or lack of direction. So, distractions, lack of direction. My first point is that you don't spend your time regretting yesterday. Because regretting yesterday gets us stuck. It's like myself. I say, you're so busy with the everyday, the mundane things, working, raising your kids, working, go home, come home, go to work, this, that you don't, you're just drifting. I write it, and my this lady, my friend Kola Maju, says she likes the term. I say drifting through life. I was drifting through life. Sometimes the awakening comes at a particular point, and you tell yourself, "We ain't doing this anymore." My awakening came quite later in my life, and I don't sit back and say, "Oh, what was I doing in my early 50s? What was I doing in my 40s? What was I doing in my 30s?" No, I'm here now, and I'm speaking, and it's making a difference to people because people listen. Those who want to listen, they listen. That is my story. I started late. My awakening came late, but I don't sit and cry over spilled milk and say, "Oh, I wish I had done this in my 30s. I wish I'd done this in my late 20s. I wish I'd done." There's no use crying over spilled milk. You start from where you are, wherever that is. The most important thing is to have come to an awakening that I can be better. I can do better. And you go from there. Also, we're talking about distractions and lack of direction, pursuit of perfection. it becomes the enemy of progress. Some people don't want to start anything because they want it to be perfect. Do you know, like what I like about the Obroni people, whether it's good or not, they do a little something. Sometimes I used to laugh when I watch events like Olympics or Commonwealth Games, and then they mention those who were first, second, and the Canadian was 23rd, and then they are saying it so proudly. But I'm saying, yes, you have to mention it. That's what they were. Next time, maybe they'll be 15th. Another time, they'll be the second. Next time, they'll be first. So if you are waiting to be perfect before you start something, you will never start. Perfectionism is an enemy of progress. It's a distraction. Yeah, it stops you from moving forward. And we are like that in our community. We feel that everything has to be perfect. When you go and try something, you go, oh, but you didn't do it well. Oh, that's not how it's done. No, instead of say, hey, that was a good try. Maybe next time, oh, yes, I have some ideas for you. Maybe next time you can include this, that, and it will work better. How about we do that instead of always the negative comes out? Oh, and yeah, easy. You know, focus on doing your best. Always focus on doing your best rather than sitting and crying over spilled milk. Oh, I should have done that and I didn't. Some people fail once and they beat themselves up over the head with it. That in itself is debilitating. Like you mobilize yourself because you are crying over your, what do you call it, your mistakes. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not to sit in it and not ever venture forth. No, that's not what you have to do. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving. Myself, I never ever thought I'd be doing Facebook Lives and talking to people. It's not something that I ever thought about because, yes, when I was growing up back in Ghana, I was very shy, very, very shy. But when I came here to live on my own, I had to learn to cope. I had to learn to fend for myself. I had to learn to speak up for myself. So I invested in myself. I took certain things when Toastmasters came to our department. I enrolled in it and then I got over my fear of speaking. So for me, it's like, okay, if you tell me stand here and say something, I'll be able to say it. Like if you are working on yourself and you're in any social setting, any forum, and you are called upon to give a little speech, you should be able to talk for a minute or two without preparation. I mean, like you've been put on the spot, yes, but you should be prepared. Hello, Aisha. How are you doing? You should be prepared. Yeah. Also, another thing that is a distraction is a accumulation of possessions, like the stress of trying to accumulate possessions, right? It becomes it becomes a distraction because you are not focused on the important thing. Yeah. Remember that you are in life. Where did I say this? I think yesterday on Sister Ajodo's program that our 9 to 5 is just the job that we do to pay our bills. The thing that gives us the greatest joy and the greatest satisfaction is our passion. When you're doing it, you feel joyful. But because we're so busy, so committed to this rat race of accumulating, and then there's this competition that we have with people, so-called competition. Oh, they have this, so I have to have that. And then you are killing yourself working 2, 3 jobs, whatever it is. People still haven't realized that you can be asleep and you'll be making money online. People still think that doing online things is evil. So them Edumadin is what they like. So they want to do 2, 3 jobs, killing themselves to compete with that person. Meanwhile, there's something else that they are supposed to be doing to live their best and beautiful life. But because they are in this frame of mind, accumulating possession, it's become a distraction and they are not focused on what is really important in life. Yes. So somehow with us, right? And I heard this, I think yesterday or the day before, this scarcity or poverty mindset. So we always think that more is the answer. Oh, when I was growing up, I didn't have this, so I have to have this. and then we chase after it. But to what benefit? We chase so much after it that work, 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 work. We don't even do the finer things like stopping to catch our breath. Hey, maybe I need a vacation. Maybe I need to be here. Maybe I need to be there. It's okay to go on vacation, and it's okay not to just go to Ghana. Let me put that out there. There's beautiful places on this earth waiting for you to come and explore. How about that? But all we know is Ghana. And I mean, I love my country. Don't get me wrong. That's where I'm from. But at the end of the day, having to travel every time there and put up with all these inconveniences, traffic. My husband just came back about, well, a few weeks ago. And, anytime that my brother in law has to go to town to go pick up my sister, he goes, oh, there's a problem there, because from, what do you call it, Bachona to Commercial Bank High Street and back, my brother-in-law will leave at 4. By the time they're coming home, it's 8. Why? Traffic. Ah! So you're on holidays and you are driving around everything, it used to be that over here, if I'm going on errands, I say I have 3 spots to hit. I figure that in an hour and a half I'll be done. In an hour and a half, I'm done and I'm on my way back home. But in Accra, you can't line up 1, 2, 3 things to do. You only get to do one. So anyway, that's just an aside. All this busy rat race rushing around. Yep. And then also we have the pull of comparison. Yeah. It becomes a distraction that holds you back in life. Because instead of you focusing on your own journey, you are competing with somebody. Oh, Aisha went on a vacation, so I also have to go on a vacation. Hey, do you know Aisha's pocket? Uh-huh. And you are building your plan because Aisha went on a vacation. Oh, really? No. Run your own race. Stay in your own lane. The best thing that you can do for yourself in your life is to be real, sincere, and honest with yourself, what you can do and what you can't do. Don't say that people are doing this, so, oh, I also have to do that. Oh, that person, look at them. Look at them. Oh, they are social media pictures. Those are social media pictures for a reason. Nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. So don't think somebody's life is hunky dory. No, live your own life. It does not matter. Even if it is, that is their life. They are enjoying it. Why don't you also enjoy yours? So there's so many distractions that will hold you back in your life journey. Okay? And if you are not careful, you'll never get where you are supposed to go. Oh, my next point is social media. So I started on it already. Yes, we see a lot of things on social media. Is social media going to run your life? Is social media, what is it? Look, a lot of us are spending time being fake and phony with ourselves, right? And some too are real. That is their real life. What does that have to do with you? Look, if I see somebody, oh, that's nice, beautiful, oh, wow. If I have a comment to add, I add it and I move on. But some of us, we are so bitter, so angry. Oh, look at them. Who do they think they are? Did I ask you to come and show me your picture? Waka pass, oh. Just pass by quietly. Pass by quietly. That's all that you can do. So if you are watching somebody on social media thinking they have it all great, and then you also jumping through hoops trying to achieve that same end, you're on the wrong path. Run your race with yourself. Don't compete with anybody. So the other distractions are gossips. Yeah, instead of focusing on living a productive life, it's like, a pig, when you clean them up, they still go back and wallow in the mud. We're so used to certain things, talking about people, negative things. Oh, who does she think she is? I told you my own family members said, no church books. Unbelievable. What is the ahoto in writing books? That is somebody's gift that they have that they want to put out there and bless other people, But to talk like that, no, no, it's very disappointing. Yeah. So people say all kinds of things, hurtful things, and we are so focused on those that it becomes a distraction. We are not pushing in life. When you are doing well, doing something good, if you know yourself and you believe in yourself, nobody has to tell you that you are doing well, you are doing good. Just keep pushing. But some of us, the least dissension, the least opposition from people, then we backpedal and we stop what we are doing. We are derailed permanently, and they've accomplished their goal and they sit in the corner somewhere smirking. Look at her. She thought she was going wherever. Where did she think she was going? We're all here. Yeah, that's how we are. That is how we are. Putting people down. PhD syndrome. That's all. Those are all distractions that are keeping us back from our life journey. The next point is friendship. So I'll use this gossip thing to build into the friendship aspect. If you are surrounded by people like that, then you should know that you are in the wrong group, wrong crowd, hostile crowd. Get out. I know you will hear of people who say, I reduce my circle. Yes, it may be lonely, but I'm happier because I don't have to put up with this crap. There's a lot of us, especially women, who are in circles, circles that are not helping us, that are not building us up, and we still remain there because we are insecure. We are not happy with ourselves. Our voice is not our power. We think if we speak up, somebody will be mad at us. So we stay there smiling these fake smiles, but we're dying inside. And people are teaching us how to live our lives instead of us owning it and living it. There's something wrong with that picture, don't you think? Like, how on earth would I allow somebody who's not breathing for me to tell me how I live my life? Look, even my husband, yes, we're married. He doesn't breathe for me. Is he going to tell me stop writing books? Is he going to tell me stop writing books? Is it his money that I'm using that you come and say that to me? Look, what I'm trying to illustrate here is that nobody has any right to put limitations on anybody's life. You didn't create me. God created me and brought me on this earth. I can't tell you, by the same token, there's the same for you. So I can't come and run your life. But some of us, we are so helpless. We've bought into these things that, somebody has to tell us what to do. We can't even make a decision for our own lives. It's happening. And so if you're a grown-up woman, a grown-up man, and you are living this way, what is going to happen to your children? They are watching this. So they learn it, right? Remember I talked earlier about learned helplessness? This is how it is. Oh, such and such. I remember I remember being a young child, and my father is from Ashanti region, Kokeri near Obuasi. So we went to his home, like, I think it was Christmas vacation. And he has this structure there, motel. And so we went there, and then on the last day that we were leaving, this older man comes. I think my dad was inside. We're kind of standing outside, parking parking stuff in the car. So he comes, and my dad's car, I think I can see it now, a light blue Benz car. And then he puts his hand like this. He says, "Oh, such and such is my nephew. Media." Like all this place is for me. And then he puts it, puts his thumb in his mouth and then presses the car. And can you imagine a young, impressionable child? I'm like, huh? What is that? So, it's like a hanging eye media. So you are sitting there, you are not working hard, not doing anything. But because you are related to my dad or he's your wife, everything of his is yours. You see the learned helplessness. So I remember this, and I can't even say that I forget what age. Was I even 10 years? These are some of the things that goes on in our community. So yeah, they are all distractions. So not easy, but we just have to keep pushing and keep building ourselves. It's one individual at a time. You have responsibility for you. You have responsibility for you. If you're a parent, you have responsibility for you and for your children. Nobody else has to come and tell you or teach you how to raise your children. You have to do it. Yes. We are not very good at taking responsibility and accountability for our own life journey. Sometimes we just don't want to do it. It's too hard. It's too tough. Oh, I can't. Maybe you can. Oh, can you do it for me? No, I can't. You have to do it yourself. What I detest most is people who are enabled or think that everybody owes them. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. You have to get up, rise up, and live your best life. And don't be too proud to ask for help. There's people, lots of people who are willing to give you advice, willing to, help you on your journey. If you are willing to take the advice, that is, because there are some, maybe you may tell them you are committed to helping them, but they are not very forthcoming either. They think that you saying that means that you're going to do everything for them. We are an enabling society. People do things and we don't hold them accountable. It's like men fool around, go and sleep. Oh, he's a man. Oh, this and that and that. Yes, let the woman go and fool around and you see what will be said about her. Not that it's any reason to go do it, but for me, I believe in what is good for the goose is good for the gander. But we sit here and we think that even as something like marriage is something that women have to go and endure in. Meanwhile, marriage is supposed to be beautiful. So what makes you think that my father gave birth to me for me to come and endure and suffer in a marriage? No. Choose to make yourself happy. Like you need to be happy in your life. You own your life. Let me say this in Twi. Becca say agrobi, but when you think it through, when you get to the place where you know that this is my life and I am living it no matter what, it is a good place, a good feeling to have. You need to try it. Everything that we do seems to be outside of ourselves, right? Like, oh, I'm doing this for that person, I'm this and that. But when it comes to you, you have to look inside. A lot of us don't look inside. We don't examine our thoughts. We don't examine our hearts. We don't examine the words that we are speaking. We keep going. Own it. Like there's a lot of other factors. I haven't talked about all of them. I can't exhaust all of them, but I just came to talk about these three: fear, negative voices, procrastination, distractions, and lack of direction. I'm going to take a commercial break and then I'll come back and talk about some things we can do to overcome some of these things. Look, if you don't take anything from here today, let me tell you this. Just ask yourself, this is my life. Do I owe anybody anything? It's your life. You have to run it. You have to live it. Look at yourself carefully. Scrutinize yourself. Where have you been? Where are you going? And in the where have you been, ask yourself, am I happy with where I've been? Or is there more I could be doing? Okay, I'll be back. That is refreshing for my weary soul. It's my third book. It's a devotional that you can find on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and Innovi Books. So what it is I take scriptures from the Bible and tell a story about what I read. For example, it talks about a new name, and that is in Isaiah 62:4. So what has been said about you? What have you said about yourself? And on it goes. Get your copy and be blessed. Okay, let's go to the next one. There it is, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. Hey, this book is empowering and inspirational. It has blessed a lot of women. Now I need you to go and write me a review, okay? So I'm reading from page 180, Self-Love and Affirmation. It says, I'm great, I'm kind, I'm fantastic, I'm gracious, I'm fabulous, I'm wonderful. Sounds almost narcissistic, does it not? Try saying these words to yourself. Look, we're talking about owning it. So these words are words you need to be speaking to yourself. I am worthy. I'm powerful. I'm this, I'm that. It's not being narcissistic. It's owning yourself. I said in one of my clips, Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets, that God does not create junk. Look at you. You are his wonderful masterpiece. And a lot of us in our communities, we say we are a GD4 believers. So that Bible that you are reading, do you believe the words that you are reading? We keep saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You kind of try how we say it, but then we are living in fear. You see what I'm saying? So how does those words, the words that you are reading, is not, your life is not lining up with those words. So you need to empower yourself, and this book does that. Get your copy on Amazon worldwide, Innovi Books, and Barnes and Nobles. Last but not the least, let's go to the first book, which is that's Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, my first book. And being as we're talking about own it, let me read you something. It's shine anyway. So I say, see yourself as he sees you and shine because he fashioned you. Let these words sink into your spirit and start believing them. Beloved, you'll meet people who will build you up and encourage you to shine. Purpose to surround yourself with encouragers and be one too. So we're talking about, no, before we go there, let me do some promo. So Sister Adwoa Odomensa has programs on Adwoa Odomensa page Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yesterday was like an open mic kind of thing, and it was very interesting. Yes, so today she'll be on at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time with Reverend Samuel Okoso on Marriage Talk. So please join them. As well, there's the Dreamers and Visionary Free Coaching Program by the beautiful and intelligent Pastor Patience Edwards, and that is on Sundays, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is my time, and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Please join us. I have learned a lot since I joined this group. It's been such a blessing. So, and Own It is still available for pre-order on Amazon at $5.99. Get your copy, get your copy, get your copy. I can't stress that enough. So back to our topic. Today we've been talking about Own It, doing it now. So we're talking about what factors are holding you back in your life journey. We discussed fear, negative voices. We've done procrastination, distractions, and lack of direction. Now we're going to talk about how to overcome these holdbacks. So, with regards to fear, all you have to do is identify them and work through them. Talk about it. Ask or look for help. Don't sit with your fears and die slowly with your dreams inside you. Yeah, we always say that the graveyard is the richest place in the world because people have gone to their death with untapped potential. Don't do that to yourself. Live life now and take stock of your life. Own it and live it. Also, you need to practice positive self talk. A lot of us speak negative things to ourselves. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, in my family, we say all kinds of negative things. Oh, people don't believe in me. Oh, my teacher did this. Oh, my teacher did that. Look, I told you my story of Monsieur Latte, my French teacher. I don't know if that man is still alive or not. I'm somebody, I love the French language. And in Form 3, oh, he was so mean and horrible, just saying things. One time he told some guy that his head like a trapezium, like he will insult you. Just, it was traumatizing, you know? Like this abuse that was heaped on us in our childhood, it was traumatizing. So it put me off. I didn't take French going forward, but I'd been doing French since class 4 to Form 3. So when I came here and I had the opportunity to take it through work, I did. I mean, it's something that I want to go back to. I've kind of lost my vocabulary, but it's like when people are speaking, I can pick and understand, or I can read it. So I just, I'm too busy these days, but I still should go back to it. But I'm saying that if you're having this negativity, and your teacher is telling you you are stupid or you are foolish or whatever, you believe it. You believe it. So that we have to be very mindful of the words that we speak and practice positive self-talk to yourself. Yes, tell yourself, I'm good enough, I'm worthy, I can do it. I don't know how, but I know I can do it, and I'm going to start working towards it. Also, set boundaries. Don't engage with people who speak negatively, who are not helping you to get to where you're going to be. I'm just going to put this out there. This here is not all about you. As you are helping people, as people are helping you, you also need to be helping others. That's how it works. Life is a two-way street. There are some who think that everything is about them and everybody has to cater to them without them giving back. No, that's not what I'm talking about here. Just keep that in mind. So, moving on to what do you call it? Procrastination. How do you overcome it? Look, get organized. Make a plan. Can you guys give me a sec? I need to take Thank you for holding on. When nature calls, you have to go. So, talking about how to overcome procrastination, get organized, have a plan. You know, if there's something that you have to do that you've been putting on off forever and ever, just map it out. Outline those steps you're going to take to get to that goal. Also, be accountable. Have a partner, have somebody checking on you, to make sure that you are doing what you have planned to do. As well, practice discipline. A lot of us are not disciplined. You want to do something. There's certain things that you have to work at consistently day after day. There's certain things you can do every third day, every week, what have you. But if we are not consistent, like working diligently day by day, we will not do it. So if you keep putting things off, they'll be put off forever. So that's what I mean by practicing discipline. Also, you have to commit to the process. I work at home every day. Yes, still working at home. And I don't even know when we'll go back. It's been 2 years and some now. And so it's like I work, but after work, I still have to do my stuff. And so you tell yourself, how do you do that? You give yourself little breaks, right? Like during the day, if it's nice at lunchtime, I may go out for a walk, or maybe my afternoon break at 3, I'll go for a walk. After work, maybe you take a little break. If you have to cook supper, maybe then you do that. But I don't tend to cook full meals, full blown meals during the week. Where is the time? So whatever has to be made, I make it. And then later on, I sit down and I do my stuff because I am committed to doing it. I don't have to explain to anybody, but for the purposes of this exercise, I'm doing so you understand that with everything, it's up to you. And there's so many things. There's just about 4 or 5 things that you have going, but sometimes you're focused on the two and you go, oh, I've left this one here, but I'll pick it up. Like, it's all your self talk and how you want to do things. Yeah. So let's move on to distractions. You know what? I had asked the question earlier that how do you plan your day? Usually the night before, you have to make time to write it down. I'm not saying put down that I'm going to do 6 things. That's impossible. Take 1, 2, or 3. That's all. So have a plan the night before. Also set smaller goals. Sometimes we think that we have to do the big thing in its entirety. No, you break it into small pieces, set smaller goals because you feel happy when you're doing the little thing. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. Okay, I've called or I've applied online. What is the next step? Then you work on that and reward yourself. Be happy, whatever the reward is. But there's this feeling of accomplishment. Oh, I did that. I did it. I've done it. So you feel good about it and it pushes you to do better and learn to turn off distractions. It used to be somebody now, it's like I'm barely sitting on the phone talking to anybody. Yeah, there's very few people that I talk to on the phone now. And I like it that way because I've got so many things to do, including all these shows that my daughters grab me to. There's some weekly things that you you can't not watch. So my oldest daughter is Tuesdays. This Is Us. You'll watch it. And then there's this Mavs, Married at First Sight. I forget the other one. Well, yeah, but there's just things. I'm just saying that put your life in order. And I'm not saying be rigid about it. No, rigidity doesn't help, but have a flexible plan. Yes, a flexible plan. And then too, sometimes you just need to center yourself, turn off all the noise and meditate, sit quietly, reflectively. You know, like right now, well, nobody's around in my house. So if I wasn't doing this program, I'd be sitting here quietly enjoying the silence. Are you able to enjoy the silence? There are a lot of us who cannot enjoy silence. We endure it, but silence is good for the soul. because there's so much clamoring going on that you sometimes you have to tune out the noises and find some rest for your soul. So you can do that through meditation. So I'll just leave you with the questions that I wrote for this piece. How are you spending your time? Is an important one. Map out how you spend your time daily. It will help you weed out time wasters. The third one is develop a plan for what you want to accomplish daily. So we are going to end it right here. We're talking about do it now. What factors are holding you back in your life? Some of the other factors too could be expectations. You come from a family, it could be high expectations or too low expectations. High expectations. Oh, everybody in the family is a doctor, so you have to be a doctor. Everybody is a lawyer, so you have to be a lawyer. I remember funny incidents in our childhood when it came to when did we pick our subjects? Was it form 3 going to form 4? Where you have to choose whether you're going to do science or whatever. Then my mom is sitting around law, whatever. And then my dad is just easygoing, filling the form, whatever. Like he left it up to you, So just because you are this doesn't mean I have to be that too. But this is how we grew up. We don't allow our kids to be or to pick their own direction in life. That's the environment in which we grew up in. So kind of, well, you know what it is, the British system of life, so with its attendant snobbery. So anything like a child going outside of what the parent determines to be whatever is a no. But hey, today there's people who've been forced to go and be medical doctors, and they come out and they go, hey, I want to be a baker, I want to be do this or that, and that's what makes me happy. At the end of the day, when you're picking your life passion or whatever it is you're doing on your life journey, how do you feel within you? Your soul needs to be happy. That's the most important thing that I can give you. You can't go around telling people how to be or to live their lives. Even if you are the parent, you can't tell them how to live life. No. It's like I have a daughter who's a teacher. She always says, I said, well, you said you wanted to be a teacher, right? She goes, yes, but I don't want to spend my hours. And what was she saying? The hours after school doing notes and doing this and doing that. Then she went and tried a stint at actually doing that. It's not working for her. So she said she'll do substituting and she's doing it. I could be flailing. I mean, I remember my mom, if it was her, oh, this, oh, that. And to begin with, even she started from engineering. And that was that time my mom was here. I think it was 2015 when she was. And my dad was an engineer. So my mom is like, oh, why wouldn't you blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, mom, it's her life. If I'm not bothered, why are you bothered? I don't do things because of the high society name that, oh, my husband was an engineer, so you too, you have to be an engineer. If you are my kid, I'm a lawyer, so you too be a lawyer. No. And I said, you know what? She picked it. She went to try the boot camp. She didn't like it. At the end of the day, she went and saw a counselor, talked, and then she realized that she wanted to do teaching. And she's good at that. She's very good with little kids. So what better way to impact other kids? Yeah. And some of this I said earlier. I think I said on Ajua or Joe's program about the way we behave, thinking we are not good enough. Other things, big things are for other people, not us. Yeah, before we should stop that inferiority complex. Let me tell you something. When a lot of times I've heard of teachers in our community here that the parent comes to the classroom, they look at her and they think that she's not the teacher. Or even my daughter, when people see other teachers, see, oh, wow, because there's so few of them in the system that it's a big accomplishment that you've been able to do that. And I'm thinking, Black History Month kid, she says, I can't sit here and not teach these kids. So she picked exercises and things, did with them to educate them. And I thought, wow, and say, good on you. That's what I'm talking about. We have to empower the next generation. So if we are sitting around, we the grown-ups, with all these hang-ups and things holding us back in life, what our kids going to be? The little impacts that you're making on somebody is what counts in life. But you can't make any impact when you yourself are not owning your life. And you may say, well, do I want that pressure? Well, yeah, that's fine. You can continue to live your dull, listless life if that's what you choose. Nobody's forcing anybody. But I'm saying that the best life you can live is to live a passionate life. Follow your passion, follow your purpose. I'll leave it right here. Until next time, thank you for joining Bishop Ganza, Auntie Aisha, and Miss Sage, and whoever else was on, but I didn't see you. Thank you for coming. Do leave us your comments, okay? We'll be back next week. Bye for now. Have a great rest of your weekend.